Hello and welcome to another video. This video is actually a request from a viewer. You're welcome. Unfortunately, this video will not turn out as you hoped. Alright, so let's find our way through the add fortress as one pops up amongst the other. Alright, now that we are to this point, I come to the realization that there is a PrimeOS 2.0.1 beta. We'll come back to that in a moment. The main focus on hand, though, is PrimeOS 2.0.0, which is the request of the viewer. So we'll have that downloading in the background. Okay, so right here is the operating system. I'm going to plug in the thumb drive, get around to that point. I cut out certain parts to make this a bit quicker. I do want to put a warning out that do not do this if you have no experience in this. Do not do this to a primary system, and do not blame me if any of your hardware is damaged. Do this at your own risk. You can follow along. As far as I'm concerned, I installed everything correctly. By the way, this is the exact same system that I have used for PrimeOS version 0.5.0 and 0.6.1. And both of those operating systems have had almost none in flaws. And a matter of fact, the videos that I have posted on here of PrimeOS come from this exact same system. Okay, now that it is done, you can go ahead and close out of that. We are going to restart the computer. First, let's shut it down and replace the hard drive. I am going to be using a Seagate 40 gig. That is more than enough to test this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the SanDisk and load it from the flash drive. We have plenty of options here, but we're just going to go to advanced options. We're going to go to auto install to specific drive. Okay, so what it is doing is it is currently loading all the information, drivers, and so on and so forth for PrimeOS. We're going to select our hard drive, which is coming up as 32. And yes, we understand that the installer will install PrimeOS 2.0 to the drive fully. Yes. Wait for this to finish. It is going to format the partition. I chose to leave these at real time. Okay, so we're waiting patiently for it to sync to the disk. After this, it is going to ask us if we would like to reboot or use PrimeOS straight off the back. We are going to reboot. That way the computer can get a chance to make sure that everything is set in stone where it is. All right, right here, we're going to choose reboot, and then we are going to press OK. At this point, I recommend removing the medium that you have PrimeOS installed on to load it onto your computer. That way the computer can automatically load from the hard drive. Okay, we're going to select the top option. Okay, this is the point where I started having problems. I have sped this up a little bit to show exactly what it is doing. This lasted for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. At this point, I decided that it would be best to just reboot and try again. I moved the buttons around a little bit, just skeptic about it. Moving around on the system a little bit might help, but nothing worked. So, plan B, we are going to try PrimeOS 2.0.1. And we are going to load it to the same flash drive, do the exact same thing as before, and we are going to do BIOS and UEFI and BR. And we're going to go through all the warnings just as before. I'll sped this up a little bit so that we can move this along a lot quicker. Okay, now that that is done, turn the computer off one last time so that we can swap the drive out. Okay, so we are going to SanDisk. We're going to go to Advanced Options. And we are going to choose Auto Install to a specific hard disk. Yes. And yes. Okay, let this load. It is formatting the partition again. Currently, right now, what it is doing, it is writing to the partition. Syncing to the disk. And after that, we are going to reboot again. just for precautionary reasons. Remove the medium just as before. Okay, and before we get to it, just to let you know, the exact same thing happened again. I let this run for a total of 15 minutes. Eventually the hard drive stopped blinking and it just stayed at that point. So I would say that it is safe to agree that there is definitely a bug or a glitch of some sort that is preventing the operating system from progressing further. As the viewer stated, they would load the operating system, and as soon as it got to PrimeOS logo, their computer would shut off. Mine, the hard drive would heat up and would keep moving and blinking until it would stop, and the computer would stay at a status where it would just keep blinking on the screen. So there you have it. Unfortunately, I will not be trying PrimeOS 2.0.0 or 0.1. I would really like to look forward to doing so, and hopefully in the future this problem will be solved. And as always, thank you for watching. I recommend that you all check out PrimeOS. It is a very, very interesting and very exciting operating system. If you're into Android gaming, Android productivity on your computer, or on your phone or tablet, I recommend trying it on your computer. And as always, again, thank you for watching. Look for more content to come. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye for now.